Before the video begins, to avoid copyright as much as possible, every time I'm putting my voice over the audio, it will be full screen. However, when the audio of the video is actually playing, it will be screened like this, or a different position depending if Lucky Charm is on the screen or not.
I am not reading. It's undeniably, unquestionably, uncool.
Since now that's out of the way, enjoy the video. Welcome to the Lucky 10, where 10 lucky picks get to be on and ranked on my top 10 list on anything about cartoons. I'm your host, Lucky Charm, and here to rank the Lucky 10 on this list. Today's Lucky 10, Moments in Equestria Girls 2, Rainbow Rocks. Equestria Girls really isn't usually mentioned on my channel. The only time it was ever mentioned was when I answered a question about it in my first Q&A. So, why not start off the Lucky 10 with something Equestria Girls related? If you want to know what I think of both the movies, the first one was barely okay, but seems to get worse the more I think about it, but still barely okay. The sequel, however, Rainbow Rocks, is miles better. I would even say it's as good as some of the show's best episodes. That can definitely make my top 10 of my favorite moments from this movie. After watching this movie a second time, I found a total of 21 moments I would like to talk about. Some short, some long, some are even not that important to the plot, but I still like them a lot. But still, I only picked 10 moments. These moments are what I think are the best parts about this movie, and what really makes it so much better than the first. Basically, it's like a small review of why it is. Now, there are obviously spoilers in this, so if you haven't seen the movie, unless you don't care for spoilers, I suggest you watch the movie first, and then come back to this video. Now, let's finally get to it. These are the lucky 10 moments of Equestria Girls 2, Rainbow Rocks. Lucky number 10. The Battle of the Band song. You guys remember when Hasbro uploaded some sneak peeks, some shorts, and even a song from the movie on YouTube before it even came out? This is the song. The Battle of the Band song played in the cafeteria. At first, I really didn't like the song so much, but that was until I saw it in the movie, and honestly, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, I really did like this song. I'll admit, I was pretty close-minded first hearing about the movie, and I thought it would suck, so I thought the song sucked. Man, I wish I wasn't so close-minded about it. Because this song definitely felt improved so much in the movie, and I did like it so much better hearing it in the movie. Sure, there was some terrible dialogue, like this.
I could be you! You wish!
And that.
Not if I get it first!
And especially that. But, besides that, I liked it. It was an alright song. You see, first seeing the song on YouTube, I was like, really? The entire school is dumb enough to go through a battle of the bands, just because three girls they never met are singing about it? But then seeing that in the movie, the music actually puts them under a spell to get what they wanted, yeah, look who's the idiot now. Yes, as I said, the Dazzlings actually sing to get the others to do what they want. That makes sense, and strangely, it makes the song better knowing that purpose. Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes. As for being a song itself, it's not the best, especially since the lyrics are a little repetitive, but the purpose behind it still makes it great and a part I love listening to during the movie. So, the Battle of the Bands will all go in it. Lucky number 9. The Dazzlings' first appearance at CHS. I've just been mentioning them as the Dazzlings, aren't I? Okay, the names are Aria, Delita Adagio, and my favorite out of the three, Sonata. Anyways, this wasn't their first appearance in this movie, but their first appearance in the high school. This really isn't much of an important scene, but I like it a lot. I think it really helps the suspicion of the three of them, especially for Sunset Shimmer, who is my favorite character in this movie, actually. I mean, just seeing Sunset giving them the tour of the school, and seeing how they seem malicious with her just imagining the musical showcase, and the three necklaces they don't even want her to touch, I mean, you have to suspect something. Not much to say about it, really, but a pretty short but good scene that helps out the Dazzlings' character a bit. Speaking of that... Lucky number 8. The introduction of the Sirens. The Dazzlings aren't what they seem to be. They are actually creatures named the Sirens.
Not the Sirens? I don't actually know what that is.
They are pretty much what the Dazzlings have been doing. 3 creatures that sing to get their way and feed the negativity off of others. Kind of reminds me of the Wendigos of how they got their power off the negativity of others. And they feed off the negativity of others when they fight. They can feed a lot off this fandom, you know. In all seriousness, this was an interesting moment. It helps understand how the Dazzlings got this kind of power and makes an interesting new creature for the show that I hope we see again in Season 5. Just like the last part though, there isn't much to say about this moment but introduction of the sirens. I want to see more sirens than just these 3, especially since they can't sing now.
We will be adored. Tell us that you want us. We won't be ignored.
I hope the music gets better from here. Oh wait. Lucky number 7. The Band Battle Tournament Fan Montage. I believe this moment just speaks for itself. In some of our favorite ponies in human form, and the Battle of the Bands tournament. Even if it's a little fan pandering is actually not that bad as long as it's done right, and not too distracting from the plot. And this is exactly that, and it's awesome. We got Octavia, Bulge Biceps, Lyra and Bonbon, and... oh, and Snips and Snails rapping.
Oh yeah, Snips and Snails in the house, yo.
They call me MC Snips, and it ain't no lie. My favorite food is like pumpkin pie.
And DJ Sandy Snails, I like whales. When I go to the beach, I always bring my pails.
Guys, leave it to Pinkie Pie. Actually, I know this is really off topic, but I'd like to see this song in a human form. If anyone does that, I will favor it immediately. Overall, a really epic moment and nice to see more human forms of ponies. Even though it's fan service, it's great fan service. I have been really just talking about the minor scenes and one song from this movie. I need to go more into the scenes that seem more big and a little good touch to any fan's heart. Oh, I know. Lucky number 6. Sunset riding to Princess Twilight. I don't know about you guys, but there's something about this moment that is just special. Knowing that Sunset and Twilight have grown close to each other this much, it's like Sunset's not just a friend, but a student of Twilight, still learning about friendship. Maybe I like this scene a lot, not only because it shows Twilight and Sunset's now strong friendship, but it also seems to have a chain reaction. Twilight didn't know anything about friendship until Celestia sent her to Ponyville, and 3 seasons later she became a princess. And now Twilight is kind of a teacher to Sunset Shimmer and teaching her about friendship. And maybe the same will happen to Sunset, and she will have someone to teach, and the chain reaction will keep going. Now I wonder, what if the same happened to Celestia? Wasn't she in Twilight's hooves once and didn't know anything about friendship like Twilight did when the series began? Writers, make that an episode. I want to see that be an episode so much. This moment might be just the beginning of Sunset being Twilight's student, and I want to see more episodes about it, and see what she might learn that Twilight hasn't learned yet. Could be interesting, and develop her awesome character even more. A short scene again, but a very special one in the beginning of Sunset's learning of friendship. Lucky number 5. Sunset Shimmer confronting the Dazzlings. Sunset Shimmer meets the Dazzlings in a dark light part of the school, like she did with Twilight in the first Equestria Girls, and confronts them about their evil plan. I love this moment for basically putting Sunset where she put Twilight in the first movie. Might be kind of harsh, but it's nice to put the former villain where she had put others and make her seem helpless. Because moments like this helps make the character become stronger, and it did for Sunset. Yeah, the Dazzlings put her down in a harsh way, and I did feel sympathy for her. But again, it just makes her a strong character and helps her throughout the rest of the movie when she became her strongest. It keeps her down and upset, and it keeps me rooting for everything to go great for her. I guess you could say it's a great moment for putting a character down and making it so much better for them at the end. Especially for this next moment. Lucky number 4. Sunset Shimmer setting the main 5 straight. Wow, 3 moments in a row where Sunset Shimmer is a big part of. Well, as I said before, she is my favorite character in this movie. She is the strongest character, has the most character development gain, and the one I was cheering for the most in this movie. She has really great moments in this movie, and this is another one of them. When the main 6 and Sunset Shimmer got trapped under the stage by Trixie, during their performance, the main 6, except for Twilight, finally snapped at each other and fight about their band, and the Dazzlings were feeding off their negativity and their equestrian magic. That's when Sunset finally took action, and it was amazing. Her words of wisdom, setting them straight, making them see the stupid crap they've been doing, it made her awesome. I like these types of moments where it seems like one character is shying away or feeling left out, finally shows their inner strength or voice. The best way I can really explain what I'm talking about is moments like Fluttershy telling off the dragon, Fluttershy telling off the cockatrice, Fluttershy telling off Discord, and... Okay, Fluttershy and now Sunset Shimmer are the only two that do this, but you get my point. This moment just makes Sunset Shimmer more awesome and makes the main six hear some words of wisdom they really needed to hear. You really told him, Sunset, you really did, but strangely, this wasn't her most amazing moment.
As we learn how to rainbow rock.
Lucky number 3. The music battle between the Dazzlings and the Rainbooms. Wait, this isn't number 1? Yeah, I know, a little surprising that an epic moment like this is only number 3. It's just that the next 2 moments were the ones that really outstand to me. Anyways, this was the most epic part of the movie. The Dazzlings on the stage singing and taking control of the audience's minds, then the main 6 fighting back with their music along with Fiddle Scratch, and of course, Sunset Shimmer taking the mic when the rest are down. This is also when we finally get to see the Sirens, and dang are they awesome. I never expected the music battle in Equestria Girls to be so awesome, but they did it. I also think this moment was when Sunset Shimmer was at her best, who knew she could sing pretty good, and along with Twilight as well. The Dazzlings/Sirens were good and powerful, but Sunset Shimmer and the rest overpowered them and defeated them in the battle of the bands they planned. Now you see why I like that moment when Sunset confronted them? They put it down, but I hope made it all better for Sunset helping the Rainboomers defeat them. An epic music battle with awesome monsters with an amazing defeat to the Dazzlings/Sirens. What 2 moments could have possibly been better? Well...
As we learn how to rainbow rock.
Lucky number 2. Sunset Shimmer and Twilight's moment at the slumber party. This might be kind of random for the number 2 spot, huh? Well, the first time watching this scene, I just fell in love with it. But this is how I can really explain it. Just imagine, 2 characters that used to be enemies but now seem to grow on each other and see they have a little bit more in common than they thought, realizing they fear the same thing, aka fear letting everyone down. That doesn't only sound beautiful, but it is beautiful. I guess I really like this moment because it was Twilight and Sunset's really big moment in this movie. Well, when they were alone, that is. And when it seems they really started to grow on each other and seem to be friends by this point. Pretty much 2 former enemies realizing more about each other in just a 2-minute scene. Just wonderful to watch and one scene I am always looking forward to if I ever watch this movie again. I couldn't believe there's one moment in this movie that was able to surpass this. But it did. And honestly, it feels more random than this. Let's get to the golden lucky number 1 at the end of the list now.
As we learn how to rainbow rock.
Golden lucky number 1. The end credits. Finally this movie ended. Now I can quit this crappy internet job! No, just kidding. The real golden lucky number 1 is what happened after the credits. The real human world Twilight. No, for real. This is my favorite moment in Equestria Girls. I mean, we get to see the actual human Twilight. Not the one that was a pony and jumps through the portal turning human. The actual human Twilight, who suspects something is going on at the school, which would explain why she is never in the first one. The reason why this is my favorite moment is all the opportunities it opens. If possibilities there is a third Equestria Girls movie, will the real human Twilight take a huge part of it and see double? Will the real human Sunset Shimmer play a big part too? You know what I'm saying? I just love on how so much opportunities are open now, it's kind of crazy. I did hear that a third Equestria Girls movie is confirmed, and if that is true, I bet it will be a pretty crazy movie, and if it is, I'll love it. Just the fact that human Twilight suspects something at the school and seems to have studies on it already puts so many things to come for the next possible movie, and that's why, even though it's the shortest moment out of the other moments on this list, it's my favorite moment in this movie, hooves down! And that was the lucky 10 moments in Equestria Girls 2 Rainbow Rocks. I hope you liked this list. What did you think of the movie, and what was your favorite part in it? Were there any moments you wish I mentioned on this list? I'd like to hear your opinions by dropping a comment below. What do you think I should make the next Lucky 10 based on? I'd like to hear some suggestions and see what you guys can come up with. Just as long as it deals with cartoons, that is. I know you guys will come up with some great ideas. For now, Lucky Charm is signing out, and see you on the next video.